Picture this, I'm a bag of dicks, put me to your lips. I am sick, I will punch a baby bear in his shit. Give me lip, I'ma send you to the yard. Get a stick, make a switch. I can end the conversation real quick. I am crack, I ain't lying. Kick a lion in this crack, I'm the shit. I will fall off in your crib, take a shit. Hit your mama on the booty, kick your dog, fuck your bitch. That boy dressed up like you Santa and took pictures with your kids. We the best, we will cut a frowny face in your chest, little wench. I'm unmentionably fresh, I'm a mensch. Get correct, I will walk into.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, Tom here from Electric Games, and welcome to a new video covering the brand new Far Cry 6, which was released on the 7th of October. The Far Cry series has been a constant feature of my gaming life, starting with the original game back in the early 2000s, then going head to head with the definition of insanity with Vows and Far Cry 3, and toppling that conceited bloke with questionable hair in Kyrat during Far Cry 4, Pagan Min. A whole sect of the gaming world has adored this series since its inception, me included. Arriving October 7th is the 6th installment of the esteemed first-person shooter series, again made by Ubisoft's Toronto and Montreal studios, Far Cry 6. This is a Far Cry game. If you thought you'd be a mercenary looking to cause havoc, you would be spot on. Far Cry 6 invites you to try and usurp a tyrannical murderous dictator named Anton Castillo, the archetypal tropical despot, using guerrilla warfare. Luckily, we have friends in the business, a sausage dog named Chorizo, and perhaps a more influential Danny Rojas, and their gang of dissidents who call themselves the Libertads. Our mission, to emancipate the suffocated land of Yara, to dump the despot, to liberate the Yaran people and have a blast, while doing so. Sure, we know roughly what to expect from a Far Cry game, but with the most expansive map to date, and an entirely new Caribbean setting, Far Cry 6 looks to be among the finest games to be released this year. Yara is brewing, it's boiling, an uprising incipient, and in a retort, the government is clamping down hard on the people. The streets are littered with riot and chaos, dissent metastatus from brain to brain. Trouble is certainly on a knife's edge. Far Cry 6 places an emphasis on subversion, on defection and clandestine operations. Take control of checkpoints as usual, but also sneak about in tunnels, and holster weapons to parade as plainclothes civilians. As our in-game mentor reaffirmed to us, a good guerrilla is a hidden guerrilla. It's a brilliantly thought through situation that bears the context of Far Cry 6. We don't wander into rebellion as we have in previous titles, we are the rebellion. One aspect of Far Cry 6 that immediately stood out to me like a sore thumb was definitely the vehicles. Man, they look spectacular. Classic cars with homemade supercharged modifications and fiery exhausts. What a dream. On the other end of the spectrum, I suppose that the introduction of riding horses is also an upgrade, I'd say so, given the true Yaran rebel yell. The weapons used by the Libertads have also undergone a renovation. They are far wilder. Backpack mortar artillery, improvised flamethrowers, guns firing CD disc and sardine cans, and a whole host of handcrafted makeshift retro style weapons. The spirit of the resistance. Oh yeah, and we have a cute little scaly pet crocodile at our disposal too. And if we want to rest him for a later date, we can press on with our silky, melee executions and takedowns too. Far Cry 6 takes on the true to history notion of the Resolver Initiative, a Cuban ethos that encourages us to find ad hoc solutions to our problems via resourceful creativity, by using out of the box ideas to get the job done. So, we scavenge and we weaponize, or we build armor which too can give upgrades to playstyle. All in all, fighting and combat in Far Cry 6 is a little off one's rocker, but I think it's brilliant. The graphical fidelity of this game is a serious step up from Far Cry 5, availing the title of the true potential of its hosting technology. In typical Far Cry style, the game is eccentric and bold, vibrant and vivid. Far Cry 6 returns to the roots of the first Jack Carver game, 17 years later with sprawling jungles, clear blue water, and paradisical beaches. But expands also into huge cityscapes, the capital of Yara, Esperanza, with skyscrapers and garages the likes of which we have not yet seen in the Far Cry title. Walking the land of Far Cry 6 really feels as though you are moving through an established country, with border forces and police. It's an audacious move from Ubisoft, but gives the game a just cause vibe that, when partnering with the Far Cry feel, is just irresistible. The Yara and weather plays a lead role in the overall milieu of the game. Scorching days, flowing pink sunsets, baleful fog at midnight, electric storms too. The game knows how to set a mood, that's for sure. There is no facet of Yara that isn't extraordinarily impressive. The contextual basis for Yara is that it is a fascist regime closely resembling Cuba, and another uprising back in 1917, which just so happens to mimic the time of the Russian Revolution and rise of communism, means that a network of thought-to-be abandoned subterranean tunnels run underneath the entire island, allowing for surreptitious smuggling and partisan movements. It's a truly genius concept from Ubisoft. I've got to admit, from all the material we have seen of Far Cry 6, it looks to offer an outstanding gaming experience. The title retains what makes Far Cry, with the wacky and outlandish crazed villains and an underdog themed narrative, but makes many developments for the better too. Far Cry 6 delves into the protagonist's story much further this time around, for example giving Danny Rojas a true voice, thus making them a character us gamers can better rally and empathise with. All too often, release and gameplay trailers present an unrealistic, filtered vision of the game, but look at gameplay footage and you can see that Far Cry 6 does what it says in the tin. It is a gorgeous game, excelling in almost every area conceivable. We cannot wait to join the Yaran Liberation and shoot up some baddies in 4K and 60 frames per second on the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5. Okay, but there's no ray tracing. But who needs ray tracing when you have a bow and explosive tipped arrows and the crocodile to hunt with? Thank you all very much for watching this video on Far Cry 6. I hope you all enjoyed this video and are looking forward to driving into Yara in Far Cry 6. If you would like more of what we have to offer, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell button to keep notified of when we upload a new video. Also, feel free to like the video and leave a comment with any creative feedback that you may have for us, or what your opinions are on the new game. Anyway, that is all for now, so I hope you have a fantastic day, and we will see you all in our next video. Farewell and stay electric.